Hello there, Doc here. I'm going to give you 14 different ways to improve the results from Copilot. It's a checklist. You must think of all these 14 items before you put every prompt. So first thing is, should I use the Copilot chat or should I go to a particular app and then use Copilot inside that? For example, if you want PowerPoint presentation to be created, go to PowerPoint. In PowerPoint, go to the Sparkle menu and then create the PPT. Next, if you already are in Copilot chat, think, am I continuing an existing chat or is it a new chat? It's simple, but often when a new thought comes to mind, we forget to click on the new chat button. Third, Copilot, at least the paid version, has a voice chat mode. So think, is this prompt worth typing or should I just ask the question and finish it off? Fourth, you know what you're going to put as a prompt. Just think, have I saved a version of this prompt before? If yes, then go to See More, Prompt Gallery, Your Prompts, and pick up the prompt which you yourself have saved in the past. Next, on the left side you see chat history. Sometimes you don't want a chat to be a part of chat history. Then open the drop down of New Chat and say Temporary Chat. By the way, all your chats, including temporary ones, can potentially be stored by compliance team for future use. Next thing to think of is, should I just do Copilot chat or is it worth making use of a particular specialized agent? Common agents used are analyst, researcher, and many other Microsoft provided agents. You also may have created your own agents. So think regular chat or agent specific chat. Next, if the prompt is going to be complex and detailed, it's often more efficient and natural to dictate the prompt rather than type it. For any important prompt, always use Prompt Coach. Let it ask you qualifying questions, additional details, create a more detailed prompt, and then you put it in Copilot. The next three items are a toggle. So as you know, in settings, we have custom instructions where you put your intro and preferences, memory, which keeps track of ongoing preferences, and your entire chat history is also looked at by Copilot to answer. So think, is it useful? And when the prompt is done, remember to enable it. The next thing to understand is this toggle, work or web. If you have free version, you will not see this option. If you have paid version, by default, it will be on work. When you ask a question to Copilot, it looks at your data, ChatGPT knowledge, and web search. When you are in work mode, it's going to look at all those three places. Sometimes you want it to look at your data, ChatGPT knowledge, but not do a web search. Then you click here and say, don't do web search. This web and this web are different things. On the other hand, if you want Copilot only to look externally and not look at your data at all, then you click on web mode. And because we are in web mode, obviously you can't disable web search. The next thing is this setting. By default, now it uses GPT-5, which is the latest model. By default, it is in auto. So it looks like I don't have to do anything, but there is a drop down. That means there are options and each option has a purpose. There are two modes, fast response mode and detailed and slow response mode. Auto is going to decide on its own whether it should go into fast mode or slow mode. So generally, this is a good thing to have. But so maybe it's a very simple prompt, but you want it to think deeper. Then you first select this and give a simple prompt. Or the other way, it's a complex prompt, but you want a quick response. So say quick response explicitly, put the prompt and then submit it. And the last thing to remember and understand is this plus sign where you can refer to content. That content is not just files. It can be contacts, files in OneDrive, Team, SharePoint, all meetings, emails, chats, and SharePoint sites. In free version, you have to explicitly refer to files. Free version cannot look at mails, chats, and meetings. Whereas in paid version, even if you have not explicitly mentioned a file or an item, Copilot itself can pick and choose relevant information to answer your prompts. So to summarize, this is the pre-prompt checklist. Look at this list before you finalize any prompt, and I'm sure you will get much better results. I work with customers globally to improve their work efficiency using Microsoft Platform and Copilot. I'll be happy to work with you as well. My contact details are here. If you found this useful and valuable, do subscribe to the channel, like the video, click the bell icon, and most importantly, share it with as many people as you can. So that's it for now. Thank you.